We were talking about evil ocean water, sage,
And Orochi.
I got
Orochi.
Orochi, yeah, before evil natural ocean and sage.
For
Okay.
me,
Please elaborate as to
Sigmox, are you
why.
taking into account that statement with it's kind of like an indirect statement where God would consider Sage and even Natural a greater threat than Roshi because he brought them to take out Saitama, assuming it's Saitama based on his statements, right? Are you taking that into account, or you don't think it's valid?
yeah.
If you wanna take that as concrete, then sure. But Orochi has better feats, and I think the Gaia Cannon is above anything that Sage or even Natural Water have done.
Right,
Being able to
but
pull
those
energy
I
from
agree with that.
the core of the Earth, it
those
would definitely
statements
be able
would
to take down Sage.
those statements would just put Sage above the guy again.
Sure, that's what I said. I mean, if you want to take those statements, sure. But if I don't think that's that valid, I would take feats as being more important. So I think Orochi would be above. But if you want to say that statements is more important, then sure.
That's kind of the main argument I want to have Sage above Orochi. Because, like, God should know what Orochi is capable of, given the fact that Orochi isn't just like a random monster. Orochi is like literally God's sacrifice, and like the reason why Sage appeared in the first place. So it would be kind of weird that like Orochi is bigger than the guy he died to summon as well.
I think it has to do.
I have Sage. Go ahead, Marsh.
Oh yeah, thanks. No, I would just wanted to say that I also kind of agree with Sigmox because for a long time I've been saying the same thing. Like, you may want to write it as if Orochi is below Sage and Evolution Water, but how it is depicted, the fact that the energy pulled from the core is pretty much shown to be at least like an entire country's worth of energy, while Evolution Water and Sage are pretty much still confined within these cities.
Right, but like
perimeter is pretty much
how
showing
an attack looks doesn't necessarily
Let him finish.
power. I let him
No,
finish.
it's not that I don't disagree with that. It's just that the fact that that amount of energy is pretty much shown to be concentrated into a single blast, which could realistically kill Evolution Water and Sage in one shot. But the question is whether it actually has the attack potency for it. But since Saitama probably considers Evolution Water a more big of a threat than Orochi, given the very serious look he had when he bursted out from the surface, I think Evolution Water is definitely above Orochi, but I don't think that Sage is above Evolution Water.
I think Saitama could have been more serious in that instance because he had people to protect on the surface, whereas underground he was the only one around, so he could be more casual.
Yeah.
Could you pull up that quote designated? Because that quote, I do remember it. I do remember his reaction specifically, and that might help like sway us.
It's also the fact that like Sage and Evolution Water basically have the same scaling because they're both summoned for the same thing, perform basically the same feats. So like Sage and Evolution Water in that placement as number 10 are just interchangeable. I just wanted to put Sage there. I think they're around the same strength.
I think both Evolution Water and Sage are above Orochi because like they come after like Orochi and like probably like at that time like what Dull said, the narrative was that God knows like Saitama and he has like beaten Orochi, and they are like his next like they are like the next heralds of him to defeat like Saitama, the Fist of God, right? So you could say that they are definitely like narratively above Orochi, and I will put Evil Ocean above Sage because of the also because of the narrative and the logic that I think the Earth is like 3/4 water, and just like was implied that Evil Ocean Water is like the mother Earth, which is like water. So I think by that logic, I think Evil Ocean Water should be above Sage. So Evil Ocean Water, then Sage, and then Orochi for me.
Yeah, it's also because even Natural Ocean did a lot more damage to Garou in that singular attack, and also this might be headcanon, but you can probably argue that Saitama saw even Natural Ocean as a greater threat than Sage because he went after him first and bothered to attack Sage.
He ran right past He ran right past Sage to go after Evil Ocean Water.
The thing with the Garou thing is that both Sage and Evil Water attacked Garou, so we can't say for certain that like Evil Ocean Water contributed most to that because it was a combo attack. So
that's true. Yeah.
Someone said earlier that Evil Natural Ocean was worth the entire ocean's worth of water, but the thing is, Saitama didn't destroy the entire ocean to kill him. It's not like he scales to the entire ocean.
Yeah,
and you can destroy the main part of him, and he didn't kill him, but he did take him out of commission. He won easily, so you don't have to actually destroy the whole ocean to be able to beat Evil Natural Ocean.
That concept is wrong.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, Grim?
Because he was not controlling all of the ocean.
No, he wasn't. But he was attached to it, technically.
The eyes are pretty much the core, kinda, from what we've seen, at least.
Correct, to in a sense. But we also have saw what even natural water is whenever he has a defined base. As in, like, his volume is in a set amount that we can visually see all of it. And he wasn't just controlling all the water in the air or any puddle around him. That wasn't the case. It's what was connected to him and what he was actively moving. We saw what portion of the ocean or the coast lifted up whenever he was next to the carrier. That's what he's controlling. He was not controlling all of the water in the ocean.
Pretty sure Sigma's was arguing for that he's not controlling.
I get that, but he didn't define.
Actually.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Unless you want to bring up the... Oh yeah, go ahead, designated.
Okay, well, I haven't voted yet, so I was gonna say I do vote for Evil Ocean Water, and yeah, I do agree that you don't need to destroy the entire ocean to destroy him. However, I will say, like, versus Sage Centipede, like, that's definitely difficult for Sage Centipede to destroy all of him. You know, simply the regeneration, I think, much more favors Evil Ocean Water against Sage Centipede and a lot of other matchups. Him versus Orochi is interesting, but I do support the scaling, like the statement. And I will say what should be added here, right, is when Saitama punched Rover, I think, like, it was on one of the volume covers maybe, but there was a shot where the moon was basically looking down, like, the crevice created by Saitama's punch. And so it's the implication, like, God basically directly saw Orochi's death, not just via the altar, but also, like, straight through the chasm that opened up all the way to the surface. So if I'm recalling that volume cover correctly, I definitely think the statement holds true. And between the two, Evil Ocean Water is over Sage Centipede.
To be clear, by the way,
I have an idea that kind of counters that.
Go for it.
So the thing is, God did send Sage and Evil Natural Ocean after Orochi to take down seemingly whoever beat Orochi, but he sent 2 people, not just one. So individually, they do not have to be stronger than Orochi. As long as combined, they are.
Well, okay, they would have to be strong.
Hold on. Why are you saying that they sent 2 people? Evil Ocean Water was made by psychos.
No, he sent God.
I'm pretty sure it's implied that God empowered him to be able to become Evil Natural Ocean. Also, what's his name? Sage Centipede mentions that.
Yeah, Sage Centipede, like, says, like, we send. What I was gonna say was that Sage would still have to be, like, strong enough to not just immediately get one shot by the person who one shot Orochi still, because Saitama didn't
work together. We did see them work together against Garou.
Bro, neither of them.
We're
We're getting that confused because to this day, I don't believe we have enough information to clearly say what happened there. There is an entire mural and an entire, like, altar that gave a depiction of Orochi himself, the figure that we know looks like Orochi, and then above it gets revealed to be God. So there is no implication there, or we can't pretend like the story or the rocks don't say that. Regardless of Saitama, Orochi was involved with God, and we also know the fact of the origin of Evil Ocean Water was psychos. While I can also agree that there's strong speculation, I might even wishfully may want to believe that Evil Ocean Water got to that level because of God. He also could have gotten to that point, just like Eon implied, by absorbing water, just like we saw him visually do. He was getting bigger the entire time by absorbing water. And then he got to the body of water, the biggest body of water around. Murata did an amazing job of making that implication throughout the entire time. From the first inception of Evil Ocean Water in the little aquarium type shit tub till whenever he got outside and Eon had that presentation in his head, like, oh shit, what if this guy gets to the body of water? There was a natural progression there of him getting to that level. And we have a backstory for Orochi already existing and being involved with God. I don't think it's that easy to say that these guys were just given power by God, so that means that they're going to be weaker than Orochi. Orochi still shook mountain ranges with his attack from underground. Like, I think it's fair to say Orochi is going to be over Evil Ocean Water and then Sage after that. But this is not about me. I want to point that out, that saying that they were both given power by God and that they should have an equal split of power, that's all assumptions out of our asses. There's facts on the pages.
I kind of want to make a claim about the Orochi and Evil Ocean Water thing.
Okay.
Do we believe that like Orochi's Gaia cannon, which from what we saw he can use once? I don't know if he can use it twice, but he can use it at least once. We have to compare it directly to Saitama's pants, which must have been far stronger than the squirt gun that he did against Orochi. So you'd have to compare the Gaia cannon to that punch, and we know for a fact that Evil Ocean Water did survive Saitama's punch. So if Orochi cannot use the Gaia cannon twice in a row, is that the win condition for Evil Ocean Water if he manages to somewhat retain a form?
I mean, it's also the fact that the Gaia cannon takes...
but how would he retain a form?
I mean, the Gaia cannon is below Saitama's punch, so he shouldn't lose as much mass.
Why is it below Saitama's punch?
Because it's a punch, and it was stronger than the serious squirt gun. I don't remember. Was it a serious punch, actually? I kinda don't remember.
Squirt gun.
No, against the Evil
take
Ocean
into
Water.
account that the squirt gun just dissipated the Gaia cannon. It didn't even kill Orochi, so you could argue that Orochi's blast was strong enough to at least protect his body from the squirt gun. And I have no idea whether or not the punch is stronger than the squirt gun. That's a bit arbitrary to me.
Squirt gun only scales to the Gaia cannon, anyways.
I'm saying that the Gaia cannon is stronger than the punch that he used to bust Evil Ocean Water.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And that to me would imply
well,
that the Gaia cannon would be able to disrupt or disperse Evil Ocean Water to a satisfactory, if not a killing degree.
Saitama did use a serious punch on Evil Natural Ocean. And he said that, I'm pretty sure he said to Orochi that it was a normal punch, right?
No,
he did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Either way, it
a
wasn't
punch
said to
on
be a
Orochi.
serious punch, but I don't think that means that that Evil Natural Ocean is stronger than Orochi, because it's not like Evil Natural Ocean fucking tanked the serious punch. It still killed him, but I just think the Gaia cannon would also kill him.
I also
to be honest, I just think he would get clapped use the Gaia cannon, because the Gaia cannon also takes like time to charge up, time in which Sage and Evil Ocean would just be attacking him. So
the Grand Ocean cannon is much faster, and I think that could kill Orochi, honestly.
And like Sage can use like a Grand Centipede March as well.
Okay. So, I don't know. I think from like a visual feats perspective, the fact that Orochi did not explode from Gaia Cannon, like that's a whole, like it visually seemed he took a chunk of the planet into his stomach and then shot it out. Also his stomach mouth thing, I don't know, whatever his biology is, but like that stuff, all that energy was inside his, and you can say he has an advantage because he's heat resistant, that's his thing. That definitely has connotations for durability. So I think from a Fury Pete's perspective, you have to put Gaia Cannon and his like some level of durability to that, Orochi above what Sage Centipede and Ocean Water saw. But I do believe in the statement that I put in chat here. Let me just say it really quickly. So Sage says when he appears, "We've been sent here to destroy the abominable fist, turn against God. By the incarnation of our father, the earth," chose him, turns to Evil Ocean Water, "and the incarnation of our mother, the ocean." So that's the quote that we're referring to. And to me, that seems pretty clear to say, like, okay, God was somehow involved in both of them becoming what they are. Obviously, in Sage Centipede's case, Evil Ocean Water, I don't know about that, but I'm going to vote based on the statement.
Look, bro, I'm not going to continue to argue with y'all boys, but I'm just not going to pretend that God is the reason why Evil Natural Ocean became Evil Natural Ocean. There's every bit of evidence, if not more evidence, besides that particular quote and how it could be misconstrued in so many ways to say anything. But what is concrete is that this nigga has been growing since he first showed up, and it makes sense that if he got to the ocean, he would get even bigger to the size that he was. It has nothing to do with God.